Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 2020 full moon reading for you. Now, the impact of this full moon will last from February 9th to March 9th, from full moon to full moon. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive right in now, Cancer, and see what this full moon has in store for you. I'm going to be moving your Queen of the Moon cards over to the side and your Moonology cards over to the side. These will be layered on top of the tarot at the end of the tarot reading to let the moon speak for herself and to see how it intertwines with what the tarot is saying. So let's see now what the tarot has to say, and then I will be going into detail about this moon, about the new moon, about the next full moon, everything that you need to know to prepare for this time. So let's see now. Spirit, show me clearly how Cancer will be affected by the February 2020 full moon. How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? Show me clearly, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Okay, right there. At the center of everything is the King of Swords. This is an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. The full moon, the new moon is in Aquarius, so that will have a big effect on you. You also have a strong Gemini energy coming into play. This is a time frame of May 21st to June 20th with the Lovers card here, but also love, joy, happiness. The Queen of Pentacles, an earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, but also prosperity. Then you have the moon, a Pisces energy, but this does mean quite literally that the moon will be very powerful for you during this time, so do be aware of that. Especially if you found yourself to be moon sensitive before, this is going to amplify it. Then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Things really start changing. The Two of Cups, the minor arcana Lovers card. Love is really coming in. There is a sense of balance. There is a sense of embracing what you love. The Eight of Cups, walking away from what you once thought you wanted, what you once thought you loved. The Seven of Swords, the Strength card, a Leo energy. So you have this being a Leo full moon that is going to be very powerful for you. And then you have the Justice card. You have a lot of major arcana cards. Yeah, a lot of major arcana cards. So this is going to be a very, very, very powerful time for you. Now, it can also bring in a lot of things where you feel as if things are taken out of your hands and as if fate is really ruling the situation. And that's because it's going to kind of be that way. It's like divinity is saying, these are the major things that need to be learned, that need to be seen during this time. And during this time, during this full moon, because we do have this full moon in Leo, it is saying here, do not let pride get in your way. It's kind of a release of your ego. And as you release your ego, you start to find your true strength. Your true strength comes from your kindness, from your compassion, from your understanding. And also you're able to do the impossible. You're able to look at things, Cancer, and see your powers, see your truth, see what is driving you forward and really embrace that. This then leads you to the full moon, which is a surrender to the divine and also embracing your power. So as you surrender to the divine, I don't know why I find that so hard to say, but as you surrender to the divine, you find yourself stepping into your power. And as you step into your power, you release your ego. You do not let pride get in the way, and you move forward towards your truth, towards the power of where it is that you want to be. And as you do so, you embrace the purity of this being the snow moon. You embrace the purity of your intentions, of your heart, of your soul, and of yourself. And as you do so, you're going to find that with the void of course. Now there's only one void of course during this full moon. Well, yes, during the full moon, the new moon, and the next full moon, there's only one void of course in this time frame. And the void of course is saying nothing will come from the situation. So at 11:08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, do not make any big decisions. Do not sit there and think, oh, okay, have a meeting or make a big plan or think, oh, I'm going to get a lot of things done during this time, because you're going to find that nothing comes of this situation. Nothing comes the way that you thought it would. And so you sit there and you might be a bit confused, you might be a bit overwhelmed, but as you embrace the purity of the snow moon, as you see things whitewashed so that you can paint over, so that you can have a clear new start, you see yourself releasing shame. You see yourself embracing your ideas, your creativity. You're giving free range to your dreams and what really inspires you. And underlined through this full moon is the theme of self-expression, of creative self-expression, and owning and celebrating your uniqueness. So as you own and celebrate your uniqueness, as you rise from shame, as you rise from doubts and fears, and kind of the dark side of the human psyche, the sense of I can't do anything right, the sense of, really being angry with yourself, being overwhelmed. And Cancer, you can get into that rather easily because you are a water sign. Water signs have the tendency and have to be warned to not get pulled out by the undertow of their emotions. So as you embrace the truth of what you want and the place that you want to be, this is a time where you are so inspired and so much like the Welsh goddess Rhiannon, the Welsh queen Rhiannon. She was stripped of everything. And there's going to be a time here, Cancer, where you look at things and you think all the best things were stripped away. All the best parts of me, all the best inspirations were just taken. And with Rhiannon, she was charged with a horrendous crime, with killing her own child. The midwives that were supposed to be helping her, that were supposed to be taking care of her, framed her for murder. For not only murder, but murder of her child. I mean, that is just horrendous, when really her child was stolen away. And the king was so in love with her that he didn't put her to death like he should have, quite frankly. And what he does is he said, for 7 years, you have to live as the lowliest of low. You have to live as a peasant in front of the palace gates, so that you are always reminded of the wealth that you once had. All right. So there is a sense here of you being reminded of your greatness, you being reminded of what you could do. Okay. And as you sit there in front of the palace gates, like Rhiannon, what you have to do is you have to tell people your failures, your hardships, your pains, your disappointments. You feel as if you're wearing them on your sleeves, that everybody can see them. Note that they can't. But Rhiannon, they could, because she had to tell anybody who asked why she was there and what she had done, that she had eaten her son. And then give them a ride on her back like a horse, like the goddess of horses that she was. And so, as you take in this story, you might be sitting there and saying, Dane, this is depressing and this is terrible. This is Welsh mythology, so yes, all those things are true. But it's also beautiful. It's beautiful because her son was raised in a neighboring kingdom. The monster that came and stole her child away was because he was the best horse in all the land, right? He was from the goddess of horses. So this monster that stole the best horse didn't go to the neighboring kingdom. He went to Rhiannon and he stole her child. And then he goes to the neighboring kingdom and he's like, well, I have one really great, horse here. I'm going to have the other one too. And so the neighboring kingdom, he's ready for him. He always steals his greatest mounts. And so the king defeats him, runs him off, and winds up having the son left in his wake as well as the horse. And he has always wanted a child, and his wife always wanted a child. So he takes him and they raise him as his own. And then the son grows up super fast, and he looks just like the king of the neighboring kingdom, which is Rhiannon's husband of Wales. And he's like, oh my gosh, I know whose son this is. And so he sends them. And Rhiannon is exonerated. She is freed from her penance, from her wrongful incarceration, and given power and given truth again. And she gets to see her son sit on the throne. She gets to see her life become happy. And that's what you get to see during this time. It's not going to be as tremendously wowing as, a long lost child coming up and you being exonerated. But it is going to be a sense of what you had thought everybody sees, what you had thought everybody judges you for. Cancer, they're not. You're going to be set free. And you're set free within your own mind, within your own self. And as you do so, when you move towards the new moon in Aquarius, which takes place on February 23rd, you will find that you embrace a new start. And as you embrace this new start, you bring love into the situation. She did not come to this broken, though she had every reason to. She came to this with more love, with more compassion, with more understanding for hardships and pains. And this moved her to new beginnings. And this is why during this time, you're going to have a beginner's mind, which really makes me think of the porcupine spirit. And it is embracing that aspect in Buddhism of coming to things as a beginner. So you have the beginner's mind here. It's time for beginner's mind. It's time for a new approach to things, a new way of looking at things, new inspiration, new power leading you forward. You're not coming with the same old, baggage, ruts, routines, doubts, fears. You are inspired and you are moving forward to new heights. So a new situation, a new start is coming to you, is being envisioned, and you bring love into the situation, you bring power into the situation, and as you do, you move from winter to spring. And if you're in the southern hemisphere and you're saying, okay, well, Dean, I'm moving from spring to winter, then that is the time where you move from this abundance, this growth, this everything is possible, to a more contemplative, introspective time where you bring this beginner's mindset, where you look at things in a new light and a new inspiration. Whether you're in the northern or the southern hemisphere, you start to be inspired. You start to embrace the purity of this snow moon, the purity of whitewashing, the purity of sitting there and saying, okay, I know I have had hardships, pains, disappointments in the past, but as you embrace the spirit animal, for February, it is the Aller Spirit. And as you embrace this fact that you are never alone, that divinity, the universe, your spirit guide, your angels are always there with you, you are able then to step into the wolf spirit and the whale spirit energy of March with greater confidence, with greater assurance, because the wolf spirit says you turn knowledge into wisdom. And the whale spirit says, trust the great mysteries. Trust what you do not understand, and trust that there are going to be great mysteries unfolding for you and to you for your whole entire life. This is a sense of revelations had and revealed. And as you embrace this King of Swords, know that you will get a lot out of the new moon energy, okay? Because this is this is also an Aquarius energy, or just an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra. And so you have ideas running through your head. You're going to need a very grounding source during this time. For Leo, amber is the color. Not for Leo. For the full moon in Leo, amber is the color. For the full moon in Virgo, lavender is the color. Excuse me. So what you're going to see here is a great binding and grounding to what the earth has to offer. So as an air sign energy is at your heart and at your soul, and a fire energy, you need the earth to ground you. Now, this can be having the color amber or the color lavender around you, but I really see it as having a piece of amber and having a lavender plant or lavender scent around you, just to ground you, to help you move forward as you embrace what seemed to be the impossible, as you cut through doubts and fears, as you know where it is that you stand, as you know that spirit has your back, and you trust in the gratitude, the guidance that is leading you forward. You're stronger than you believed you are, but you are also seeing tremendous feats be done by you during this time, a tremendous sense of power. This full moon in Leo is going to be astoundingly, exquisitely beneficial to your life. There is going to be a strength that comes from it, whether you realize it or not at this time. And as you move forward in this strength, you see that you glimpse eternity. You see that you glimpse a part of the reason why you're here on this earthly plane and where it is that you're supposed to be. And you start to embrace this sense. Now, with the Leo, I do apologize, but with the Leo time frame, this is a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. This can be a time where you really see yourself cutting through doubts and fears, but you're seeing yourself cut through doubts and fears also up until this time. It's kind of like things become clearer. You stand taller. You know your mind, your truth, yourself as a water sign energy. All right, fire can boil the water, yes, but fire also, the sun warms the water so that it's not all ice. And the water is brought up by the air, okay, and becomes clouds. So here, you're going to find this to be a very harmonious coming together of the elements, of your elements to yourself, to move you forward, to move you to the place that you want to be. And the air sign energy is then amplified and reiterated by the lovers. Now, this is a Gemini time frame, May 21st to June 20th, which is really funny because you have the Gemini time frame, and then you yourself, Cancer, are the next time frame, June 21st to July 22nd, and then you have Leo time frame coming right in. So this is also a sense of great prosperity coming around you, great sense of knowing, knowledge, finding yourself, embracing what it is that you love. The Lovers is a highly romantic card, so you will find this time to be very romantic for you, a sense of calling to your heart. But it doesn't have to be just romantic, just as in a physical passion. There's also a sense of you falling in love with your life, being passionately driven, really loving what you're discovering, the way that you're moving forward, what it is that is inspiring you. This is also a time of great creativity. You're going to see during this new moon, during February 23rd, you have new insights into relationships. You look at your finances and see new and improved ways of embracing your finances, embracing the way that you want to move forward, and you're understanding more about yourself, about the relationships that you need, about the healing that needs to go into those relationships and into moving you forward. And as you are inspired, you have the Seven of Swords. You're gathering up your knowledge, your inspiration, and what you desire to move you forward. But you're also not going to be really keen on secrets. This is going to be a time where you really feel like sharing everything that you love. Know that people will not have the same enthusiasm that you do. There's such a powerful, enthusiastic, joyous energy around you. There's a sense of just getting caught up in all of it and being determined. So know here that that's going to try and take over everything as you move forward. And it can be actually a little bit of an embracing of the ego, embracing of what you think you desire or where you think you want to be as you step back and as you embrace the purity of kind of listening to your heart, of listening to your soul and not getting caught up in the undertow of it all. That's when things become a lot clearer. And that's also where you see that you are well armed against anybody who is going against what you love and going against freeing you from the shame, from the sorrows, from the heartbreaks, from the pains that you have been carrying. Because as wonderful as this moon is as, kind of anxiety riddled this moon can be, because it is about facing shames. It is about the story of Rhiannon. It is about being cast down and not knowing that you are the deity of kings. She was the goddess of kings. She was the goddess of the land. And that's what you're seeing here come to you. You're seeing that power. You're seeing that truth. That's why having the amber and the lavender around you is going to be so grounding, so beneficial, so beautiful. It's going to help shape the way you move and flow through the world, just as a river would flow through the woods. That's what I'm seeing here. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you're seeing yourself step into a new season, a new power. Everything is changing. Your life is doing a 180. And as you embrace this change, justice comes in. Now, this is again an air sign energy, a time frame of September 23rd to October 22nd. You are finding your justice. You are embracing your wisdom. You are cutting through doubts and fears. You are knowing where you stand. And as you do so, and as you embrace the changes, and yes, you feel like you're on a roller coaster ride at times, but as you embrace the changes, as you look at things anew, you see the Two of Cups. You see what it is that you are desiring to create, the love, the passion, the joy, the prosperity that you want within your life. And you are finding that balance, that healing, that sense of strength and purpose from the moon as you move forward. And you're also looking at your fears, things that have held you back, things that had made you question yourself, fears that you had thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to overcome this. You start to overcome. And as you overcome it, you are embraced with this golden light, which you will see around you more, the color gold, the color yellow, around you more during this new moon. It becomes a part of you. It becomes like sunshine. Yes, it is like sunshine around you, embracing you and reflecting off of you as the moon reflects the light of the sun. You are going to be moving away from fears and doubts and apprehensions and questionings and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I can't move forward this way. And as you are set free, you step into your strength. It's by following your heart's truth and embracing your heart's passion that you see your fears, but you also see the beauty of the truth that is around you, the beauty of the way that you want to move forward. This has you embracing your strength, embracing your passion, embracing what it is that you love, and finding justice through being surprised by your own limitless possibilities, because for so long here, Cancer, you have been defining yourself in doubts and in fears. And it might not be for a long time, but for a lot of you it is. But for some, it can be for a very short period of time where you just feel a weight of anxiety, of fear, of apprehension upon your shoulders, bringing you down, and you're walking away from this. This is also walking away from what you once thought you would love. This is a sense of an ending. And I always say with the Eight of Cups, it's an ending as severe as a divorce. It does not mean at all that you are getting divorced, but it does mean that you are closing the door on something. You are finalizing it, you are legalizing it, you are setting yourself free, and you are moving forward. As people who are in bad relationships know, sometimes a divorce is the most wonderful thing that you can do for yourself. And that's what I see here. It's a sense of being free. It's a sense of moving forward and reevaluating what you want to bring you to prosperity. Now, it can be you're walking away from something to do with an air sign energy, most likely a Gemini or somebody who has you're going to have very dual opinions on things, and they're going to have very dual opinions on things, but it's going to be very contrary to yours. There's a sense here of now, as you walk away, as you embrace what you need and what you want within your life, you are embracing prosperity. You might find yourself during this time very drawn to earth sign energies, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and as you move forward, you are going to see yourself embracing prosperity. There is a sense here where you have this king-queen energy, right? And the king for me is the actor upon the stage, the queen, the director behind the scenes. But there is a sense of you both being seen and being behind the scenes. With your wealth, with your prosperity, with the bounty that comes to you, you're going to be more behind the scenes. With your mind, with your ideas, you're going to want to share your information. This is a highly creative time for you, and you are highly inspired. So sharing your information, embracing what you love, but learning that there is trickery around things, that people don't always have the best of intentions. And that's where you call on your strength and on your truth as you move forward, as you embrace what you desire, as you embrace the place that you want to be and where it is that you stand. You're going to find that you make some harsh decisions, but those decisions are actually the best thing that you could possibly do for yourself. And now let's see what your Queen of the Moon cards have to say. How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. And I'm going to do half. How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? How will Cancer be affected by the February 2020 full moon? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Yeah, the Leo energy is profoundly strong around you. And there you are, shining through with new moon mysteries about you. It's beautiful. So at your heart is protection, and I love this card. I think it's so terribly sweet with her in the nest being protected by this bird moving forward. And so here you have protection guiding you, and that's what the King of Swords is very much going to feel like. It is a sense of speaking your truth, of knowing your mind. You can be protected also by an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius, but there is also a sense here of you not taking, excuse my language, but anybody's shit. You are knowing what you desire. You're knowing where it is that you want to stand. You are very much like a king during this time, strong, powerful, determined, knowing your mind. And as you do so, you are protected from the negativity, the naysaying of others. And this leads you to the new moon in Cancer. This leads you to embracing you. And it says you and your loved ones are safe. So you are protected at your core, which leads you to strength, which leads you to a sense of power, which leads you to a dignity of self and a calling on your inner strength that you never even knew that you had, which leads you to your root, which is here fruition. What is coming to fruition is change. Change is coming to fruition. It is guiding you forward. It is leading you towards a greater truth and a greater path. And it is moving and manipulating and bringing you to a greater understanding. Now, you will feel at times as if you're on a roller coaster ride, as if you don't know where you stand, or as if, once you get your footing, it's just taken away. But there is a greater truth here. There is a greater power. Embrace the fact that things are forever changing. As Plato said, all is flux and nothing stays the same. But as you embrace that change, you embrace the waxing moon, which says the energy is gaining momentum, the energy of justice, the energy of cutting through doubts and fears, of knowing your wisdom, of knowing where it is that you want to stand and how it is that you want to move forward. It leads you to having faith. And I love that this is, pregnant with the earth. This is kind of the universe pregnant with the earth. And you're having faith within yourself. You are embracing what you love. You are embracing your creative energy. You are becoming more and more of what you're supposed to be. You're coming out of ruts. You're seeing the day and the night have equal meaning to you. You're seeing a passion around you, a power around you, which leads you to looking at the bigger picture with the full moon in Sagittarius. As you embrace the moon, as you look at your fears, as you find yourself moving forward. Also a release of any addictions, and this isn't just drugs and alcohol and sex and food or those type of addictions. This is also addicted to naysaying, to putting yourself down, to gossiping, to, just a myriad of things that isn't adding to your existence, but actually subtracting to it. And you are finding that as you look at the bigger picture, you're seeing no more space for that within your life. And as you embrace your truth, the energy that surrounds you gains momentum, and you know that your loved ones and you are safe, are secure, are moving forward in your life's purpose. And this brings you to boundaries. You need true boundaries as you walk away from something that was once toxic to you. As you walk away and you detox, you release this energy of negativity, of harshness, of disappointments as you move forward towards your love, towards your glory, towards where it is that you want to stand. And as you do so, the new moon in Leo says confidence is key to your success. That's how you embrace your prosperity. It's kind of like fake it till you make it. Nobody knows more than you, and a heck of a lot more people know less. So know here that what you know, what you're confident in, embrace it. Embrace your truth. Embrace your power. And then keep on learning, keep on building, keep on discovering, keep on exploring, because you move yourself forward to success, to bounty, to your passion of development. And this leads you to being bold and making the first move, to being bold and looking at things anew, because you know you're safe. Now, this is not saying in any way, shape, or form that you should put yourself in a harmful situation or in a financially perilous situation because this reading said that you are safe. It means that if you continue on your course, if you are looking at things with confidence and a surety in self, you will succeed because you are determined to move towards success. You might have to tweak things a bit. You might be looking at things in a new light, but you are moving towards success and towards the bounty of your existence. Your subconscious message for this whole entire reading is the well. Now, this deck has 2 extra cards in it, the well and the artist. You are drinking from the well of inspiration. You are inspired. You are moving forward. You are passionate. You are bountiful. And as you embrace this passion and as you embrace this bounty, you see new ideas and new determination flowing through every single part of you. Your subconscious message with your Moonology cards is the disseminating, there we go, the disseminating moon, which says, take time to breathe out. Take time to breathe out. Take time to let go. Because as you let go, as you purge yourself of the negative, the positive comes. The beauty, the ideas come, and it leads you to wisdom. It leads you to wisdom and beauty and understanding. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you, and I love you all. Bye.